Oh hey, it's Northstar back with another practice reading. This time we're doing a 3-card spread on some kind of thing that you might be considering. How to deal with the situation, what choice to make, which thing you like more, don't know. It could be anything like that. We've got option A, and one card just flew out and onto the concrete. I'm just going to pick that up. Oh man. It's the Queen of Swords again. I'm putting it back in the deck. That dang Queen of Swords. Putting it back in. Okay. So in your mind, think about if you're trying to interpret a situation that's going on, or how to respond to it, or you're trying to make a choice or decision, or there's something, what's the word, niggling at you? I don't know. Okay, and here we go. We've got the Tower for the first card. So, option A, well, you can take it as option A could lead to upheaval, destruction, and catastrophe. So let's say option A could even include not doing anything. We're going to need clarification on the Tower for option A. It's just one way of dealing with it. And also in one way you need destruction in order to get to build something new, right? Ah! It's super windy, but there's actually oxygen to breathe. And we are having forest fire smoke in my locale because it's smoke season in British Columbia. Whoa. So I got... No, I'm not going to take it. It was a 7 of Cups, wishful thinking. On the other side, or the other hand, is needing a reality check. So it's like creative thinking is not necessarily needing a reality check. And as we've posted many times, we're always posting this one video about it. That, well, actually 2 videos. One, that the idealists are the realists. Okay? And there's another related point, which is that divergence trumps genius for everybody on their Mensa mags on their kitchen island. Anyway, so let's figure out what's going on with... And there's a... I just shuffled and there's the Queen of Swords in the bottom of the deck again. Again. If you don't use the... I'm keeping it. If you don't use... the Queen of Swords, this is clarifying it. I'm taking as clarifying the Tower. That's exactly, like, in order to rebuild, sometimes you must put your foot down or put your sword down. Not put your sword down, bring it up. You have to be decisive. Queen of Swords, right? And you have to know when to apply the Pillar of Severity as well as the Pillar of Mercy. But so when you're doing your decision making, that's what I would say, in order to avoid this catastrophe and upheaval. So anyways, if you're going to take option A, whatever the heck that is, and obviously I should have decided that, I should have told people to decide that before I did the reading, but now we're into it. And there's no turning back, am I right? So just consider, I mean, which of the options that most applies to. Okay, maybe it applies to both. We don't have to take the structure of the reading to the point where it derails the meaning of the reading, right? We gotta have some flexibility. So here we go. We're doing another way to solve this problem, option B, or it could even just be another thing about the decision making that we need to know. Here we go. King of Cups in reverse. So in the upright, it's non-toxic masculinity, which, by the way, toxic and non-toxic masculinity, those terms are not actually saying that masculinity is toxic, right? They're talking about warped yin-yang in everyone, not just anyways. So overly emotional, depressed, or imbalanced in the reverse. So this is sort of the not emotional maturity. So this does not just refer to men. It's the King of Cups, but this is the condition that we want to avoid, right? And also, remember that in another practice video, I said overly emotional can be read as necessarily emotional, because we are supposed to be feeling emotion, and it's supposed to be informing our reasoning, therefore our decision-making process. So this King of Cups in reverse, if it was another deck, like the Rider-Waite, it would probably just be upright, right? But it's because in this card, that's where the emotionality is. And then depressed, not expressed. Therefore imbalanced, right? Because oppression and repression doesn't just cause depression, it causes imbalance. Warped yin-yang energy, warped, which causes imbalance and all kinds of nonsense. Okay, so you got to think about that when you're making decisions. So we're just going to say general advice card here. I'm not going to take any more for the King of Cups. I just took the clarifier for the Tower to see what we were talking about here. If your decision option A was going to actually cause the Tower, but towers aren't necessarily bad, but right? It's like, it's the age of Aquarius, man. All with faulty foundation must and will fall, and is falling right now. It's happening. What on earth is happening? I'm just waiting for the card for the general advice to come out. It's taking forever, and I'm running out of things to say. Here we go. So we got 6 of coins in reverse, which can be construed as selfishness, abusive kindness, a one-sided relationship. So again, we are avoiding anything that produces non-reciprocity, including people not giving to you, right? Making you feel like you don't deserve it on any level. So this is a word of advice about your decision making, or your thinking, your mental and emotional process about what's going on. Is the principle of reciprocity is at the foreground of your decision making, forefront. Okay, it's like so important, not just because of a moral reason, and not just because you hurt someone's feelings or someone might feel bad. Okay, no, it's like in order to achieve and maintain balance, these principles must be applied, right? Otherwise, it not only produces distortion, the distortion produces dysfunction. And then we're getting into serious harm on a mass scale. This has been your reading. And of course, tarot readings are not predictions or any kind of substitute for professional advice. Over and out.